This is Malcolm again. I'm just going to read the poems that I haven't written that I've collected on a Google Doc here. So it's pretty good. This first one is called Origins. It's by a poet named whose pen name is Lev Eternal. Found it on an app, a poetry app that I was once a member of. So Origins. My wife asked me how much I loved her. I was at loss for words to describe it to her, so I decided to tell her where it comes from. Deep inside my heart, there's a special place. It's kind of shrouded in mists, like a dream. If you were to look beyond the mists, you would be in awe. There's a secret land built by my love for her, a hidden valley. There's a mountain there, surrounded by forests and fields. As one would travel to that mountain, they would cross. As one would travel to that mountain, they would cross emerald fields of long grass that tickles to the touch. Forests of great trees spanning hundreds of feet into the sky. Their look would be that of ancient times, of peace and grace, with a natural elegance abounding everywhere. Beyond the forest, a colossal rock wall, made of boulders only giants. An iron door, locked by harbor chains, keeps all others out. But inside is the real magic. There is a brook that runs there, fed deep within the mountain. In a clearing some ways up is a stone bench, sitting beside that brook. When one sits there and looks into the water, it is beautiful. The clarity of the bottom seems at your reach. The colors from the sunlight dance in the ripples. So when my wife smiles, the sun shines down on that brook, and I will always be in awe of her beauty, grace, and the warmth of her smile. And like that little brook, my love will forever be. And this one is also by Love Eternal, called To You, My Friend. To kindred souls with like hearts, walking life's roads alone, seeking truth in the unknown, loving life to the fullest, to live the greatest life possible. But with life comes loss, and with loss comes pain, weathering the storms as they come and go. They become hard to life as a callus on a father's palm. The knowledge gained is great, but at what cost? Is it a greater loss to lose the love or the knowledge gained? I fear it is neither, but both. For without true love, there is no heartfelt loss. And only from real pain on the precipice of life we learn God's greatest lessons. So, my friend, we are bound to this cycle by the nature of man and the laws of God. And by my oath as a man, but by my oath as a man, you shall never be left to walk this world alone. This is by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet not look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truths you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it at one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerves and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but not too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man. Next one's by Robert Frost, called Into My Own. That last one was If. So Into My Own by Robert Frost. One of my wishes is that those dark trees, so old and firm they scarcely show the breeze, were not, as 'twere, the merest mask of bloom, but stretched away unto the edge of doom. I should not be withheld, but that some day into their vastness I should steal away, fearless of ever finding open land, or highway where the slow wheel pours the sand. I do not see why I should ever turn back, for those should not set forth upon my track, to overtake me who should miss me here, and long to know if still I held them dear. They would not find me changed from him they knew, only more sure of all I thought was true. Love and a Question, also by Robert Frost. A stranger came to the door at eve, and he spoke as the bridegroom fair. He bore a green-white stick in his hand, and for all burden, care. He asked with the eyes more than the lips for a shelter for the night, and turned and looked at the road afar, without a window light. The bridegroom came forth into the porch, with "Let us look at the sky, and question what of the night to be, stranger, you and I." The woodbine leaves littered the yard, the woodbine berries were blue. Autumn, yes, the winter was in the wind. Stranger, I wish I knew. Within the bride, in the dusk alone, bent over the open fire, her face rose red with glowing coal, and thought the heart's desire. The bridegroom looked at the weary road, yet saw but her within, and wished her heart in a case of gold, and pinned with a silver pin. The bridegroom thought it little to give, a dole of bread, a purse, a heartfelt prayer for the poor of God, or for the rich a curse. But whether or not, man was asked, to mar the love of two, by harboring woe in the bridal house, the bridegroom wished he knew. The Builders. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. All are architects of fate, working in these walls of time, some with massive deeds and greats, some with ornaments of rhyme. Nothing is useless or low, each thing in its place is best. What seems but idle show strengthens and supports the rest. For the structure that we raise, time is with materials filled. Our days and yesterdays are the blocks with which we build. Truly shape and fashion these, leaving no yawning gaps between. Think not, but because no man sees, such things will remain unseen. Builders wrought with greatest care, each minute and unseen part, for gods see everywhere. Let us do our work as well, both the unseen and the seen. Make the house where gods may dwell beautiful, entire, and clean. Else our lives are incomplete, standing in these walls of time, broken stairways where the feet stumble as they seek to climb. Build today, then strong and sure, with firm and ample base, and ascending and secure shall tomorrow find its place. Thus alone we can attain those turrets where the eye sees the world as one vast plain, one boundless reach of sky. Be Strong by Maltby Davenport Babcock. Maltby? I don't know. Be strong. We are not here to play, to dream, to drift. We have hard work to do and loads to lift. Shall not the struggle face it? 'Tis God's gift. Be strong, be strong, be strong. Be strong. Say not the days are evil, who's to blame? And fold the hands and acquiesce, oh shame. Stand up, speak out, and bravely in God's name. Be strong, be strong, be strong. Be strong. It matters not how deep entrenched the wrong, how hard the battle goes, the day how long. Faint not, fight on, tomorrow comes the song. Be strong, be strong, be strong. How did you die? Edmund Vance Cook. Did you tackle that trouble that came your way with a resolute heart and cheerful? Or hide your face from the light of day with craven soul and fearful? Or trouble's a ton, or trouble's an ounce, or trouble is what you make it. And it isn't the fact that you're hurt that counts, but only how did you take it? Are you beaten to earth? Well, what is that? Come up with a smiling face. It's nothing against you to fall down flat, but to lie there, that's disgrace. The harder you're thrown, why the higher you bounce. Be proud of your blackened eye. It isn't the fact that you're licked that counts. It's how did you fight, and why. And though you be done to the death, what then? If you battled the best that you could, if you played your part in the world of men, why the critic will call it good. Death comes with a crawl or comes with a pounce, and whether he's slow or spry, it isn't the fact that you're dead that counts, but only how did you die. Solitude by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Sing, and the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on air. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. Rejoice, and men will seek you. Grieve, and they turn and go. They want full measure of all of your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad, and your friends are many. Be sad, and you'll lose them all. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall. Feast, and the halls are crowded. Fast, and the world goes by. Succeed and give, and it helps you live, but no man can help you die. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train, but one by one we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain. The Children's Hour by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Between the dark and the daylight, when the night is beginning to lower, comes a pause in the day's occupations that is known as the children's hour. I hear in the chamber above me the patter of little feet, a sound of a door that is opened, and the voices soft and sweet. From my study I see in the lamplight, descending the broad hall stair, grave Alice and laughing Allegra, and Edith with golden hair. A whisper and then a silence, yet I know by their merry eyes they are plotting and planning together to take me by surprise. A sudden rush from the stairway, a sudden raid from the hall, by three doors left unguarded they enter my castle wall. They climb up into my turret, or the arms and back of my chair. If I try to escape, they surround me. They seem to be everywhere. They almost devour me with kisses, their arms about me entwined, till I think of the Bishop of Bingen, and his mouse tower on the Rhine. You think, O blue-eyed banditti, because you have scaled the wall, such an old moustache as I am is not a match for you all. I have you fast, my fortress, and will not let you depart, but put you down into the dungeon in the round tower of my heart. Yes, there will I keep you forever, yes, forever and a day, till the walls shall crumble to ruin and moulder in dust away. Perseverance by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. We must not hope to be mowers and to gather the ripe gold ears unless we have first been sowers and watered the furrows with tears. It is not just as we take it, this mystical world of ours. Life's field will yield as we make it, a harvest of thorns or flowers. By Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, The Day is Done. The day is done, and the darkness falls from the night wings of the night, as a feather is wafted downward from eagle in its flight. I see the lights of the village gleam through the rain and the mist, and a feeling of sadness comes o'er me that my soul cannot resist. A feeling of sadness and longing that is not akin to pain, and resembles sorrow only, as mist resembles the rain. Come read to me some poem, some simple and heartfelt lay. It shall soothe this restless feeling and banish the thoughts of day. Nor from the grand old masters, not from the grand bards sublime, whose distant footsteps echo through corridors of time. For like strains of martial music, their mighty thoughts suggest life's endless toil and endeavor, and tonight I long for rest. Read from some humbler poet, whose songs gushed from his heart, as showers from the clouds of summer, or tears from the eyelids start. Who through the long days of labor and nights devoid of ease, still heard in his soul the music of wonderful melodies. Such songs have power to quiet the restless pulse of care, and come like the benediction that follows after prayer. Then read from the treasured volume the poem of thy choice, and lend to rhyme of the poet the beauty of thy voice. The night shall be filled with music, and the cares that infest the day shall fold their tents like Arabs, and silently steal away. Nobility by Alice Carey. True worth is not in being, not seeming, in doing each day that goes by. Some little good not in dreaming of great things to do by and by. Whatever men say in their blindness, in spite of the fancies of youth, there is nothing so kingly as kindness. There's nothing so royal as truth. We get back our meat as we measure. We cannot do wrong and feel right. Nor can we gain pain and gain pleasure. Nor can we give pain and gain pleasure. For justice avenges each slight. The air for the wind, wing of the sparrow, the bush for the robin and wren, but always the path that is narrow and straight for the children of men. Is not in the pages of story the heart of its ills to beguile, though he who makes courtship to glory gives all that he hath for her smile. For when from her heights he has won her, alas, it is only to prove that nothing so sacred as honor, and nothing so loyal as love. We cannot make bargains for blisses, nor catch them like fishes in nets. And sometimes the thing our life misses helps more than the thing which it gets. For good lieth not in pursuing, nor gaining of great nor of small, but just in the doing and doing, as we would be done by, is all. Though envy, through malice, through hating against the world early and late, no jot of our courage abating, our part is to work and to wait. And slight is the sting of his trouble, whose winnings are less than his worth. For he who is honest and noble, whatever his fortunes or birth. And so it is. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to leave comments below, or if you know me, email me.